record this and put it up on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page and our Skype room and all the other stuff we have going. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of people, record crowd. Something's going on here, right? A lot of excitement. So welcome. Those of you that are familiar with the webinar system for GoToWebinar, go ahead and raise your hand or send me a little message in the chat box that you can hear me good. And I am going to record it. And I always like to make sure that the sound is good. And we'll edit the beginning of this out. So, boy, Alan, Anthony, Barbara, Barry, Bob, Rourke, Charles, Cynthia, Dave, Doug, Frederick. Wow, we got everybody. The whole crew's here. 2 people from New Zealand, 6 from Australia, several from Canada. We even got a guy from Chicago, Barry. All right. So, okay, thanks everybody. I got you can hear me good, so appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and do an overview. I'm going to throw in a little bit of news, a little bit of training on tonight's webinar, but we're here to talk about the talk of the money industry. People are a lot of products in our industry, direct selling, network marketing, whatever. A lot of fantastic products that are out there, but the one product everybody likes is money. So that's really our product. We have a way to both make money passively, you know, without having to recruit a bunch of people, and then on top of that, we have a huge opportunity for those that do want to build a team. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Wealth generators, gosh, about the end of May, about the 20th of May is when we really started and brought everybody over from another company that wasn't performing and had a lot of problems. So I've done a lot of personal due diligence and hard work behind the scenes, many trips to Utah to make sure everything is like you're going to see it tonight and that it's real and that the people are honest. There's big money behind it. Compliance is in place. They don't miss paychecks. A lot of exciting things for the future. There's a huge convention coming up next month in Las Vegas, and I was literally told I would be hung and quartered if I spread any rumors about what they're going to announce there. So I'm going to be really careful not to do that. But let me go ahead and start. Welcome again one more time. I'd like to really caution you, because what you're going to see and what you'll see as you get involved with the company, and you know, we have a huge two Skype rooms. We have a Facebook page. We have a lot of excitement happening. A lot of huge leaders coming in. We've got a very special guest, a friend of mine that's on the call. Many different people, but James Wolfe, he's on the call. Very excited to be working with him. Barry Elrod. There's just a whole bunch of really excited people. A good old friend of mine that's a tremendous recruiter, Tim Turbyville from Southern California. So we've got the whole crowd and the stars are lined up to make this really big. So a lot of people have called me, you know, I'm on the West Coast, roughly, you know, I get up about 4 to 5 every day. It just, from the military background, I just can't sleep anymore. But I haven't slept even that much anymore because this thing is going crazy. When there's a winning day in the trades, everybody's all excited, and when there's a losing day, they're all not excited. So I'm going to address that. I'm going to address the tremendous support system that the company has and pretty much give you an overview of how you can make money here with us. If you could, write down any questions that you have or type them into the GoToWebinar question box, and I will answer them at the end. I won't answer them as we go because it'll slow it down too much, but there's on your control box, there's a place to type in a question, and I'd love to answer those for you at the end. For those of you that don't know me, let me kind of introduce myself. Most of you do, but my name is Gary Wood. I live up in Lake Tahoe, which is really close. You know, it's on the border of Northern California, Nevada, a little town called Juneau on the golf course here. I'm one of those crazy guys that races motorcycles. I love to fly fish. I taught hang gliding for 8 years. I ride dirt bikes in Baja. I'm a go for it kind of guy in business and in personal life, both. I think it's important. This is not my first webinar, as you might guess. I've probably done over 1,000 webinars. I have a huge success in traditional business and in direct sales. Started off with A.L. Williams back in 1987 with Art Williams, and kind of never looked back. I've taken a lot of this concept of the A-team from my military special forces Green Beret type background, and we're trying to make sure that we bring that over to this industry and this company to where everybody comes with us. It doesn't really matter if just the big recruiters and just you know, the people that are out front making all the calls and webinars. It doesn't really matter long term if they're the only ones that make any money. So my concept has always been, if you make sure everybody makes money, even the little guy, then everything happens in a great way. So here we've got two really tremendous, gigantic industries that we're looking at. Both the futures, you know, trading Forex equities and the markets themselves, particularly Forex, and network marketing, which again, this could be part that you want to partake in or just want to make money. You don't have to do that part of it. We'll cover that. And there are several companies have tried to merge these two. But this is the only company I've ever found that got it right. It's not easy. We're in two very highly regulated industries. The futures and trading, commodity futures, CFTC regulates trading with the Forex markets in our country and in Canada. There's just a lot of going on in the network marketing business with scams and companies that are being shut down and compliance, and there's just a lot of regulatory stuff happening. So it's crucial that we all get involved with a company that's solid compliance-wise, or it doesn't matter what happens, right? So I'm really big on that, and so is this company. So we're going to go into a little bit about what most people are very excited about, and that's our trade copier service. This is a program where you open up an individual brokerage account. If you live in the US, it's called fxsimplifier.com. And you open that up either with a demo account or put real money in it. You then go into your wealth generator's back office and hook them up, and then forget about it. You literally can set it and forget it and have the trades copied automatically from the traders into your personal account, and you can look at it, like some people, every 10 minutes. You can look at it every month and everything in between. But at the end of the day, I'm going to show you some real numbers and real statistics, even in my own account, of how fantastic this thing is doing and how these guys have been doing for a long time. So at the end of the day, there are people that will be attracted to wealth generators that are not in the network marketing arena. They're just people that want to make a higher return on their money, which makes sense, which really opens up a lot of possibilities. So, you know, what if there was a, and I emphasize this, legitimate way to passively tap into this huge Forex market without ever having to learn how to trade or do a personal trade? Now, I will throw in the fact that we have the best training if you want to learn how to trade yourself. I'm going to show you in the back office, we have a lot of different live trading sessions that you can get into a room where you watch the traders actually trade. You look over their shoulder, they teach you what they're doing, and over time, depends on you, you can actually learn how to trade and frankly not need any company to do this trading for you. However, that takes time. I've been doing the trading off and on for 11 years, mostly on, and while I am ahead, it takes a tremendous amount of work to learn how to be a good trader, and it takes a very unique person with a set of skills that are not something everybody can't learn. But I'm talking about money management. They're not greedy. I'm talking about not chasing trades, very disciplined, is willing to get up in the middle of the night. So there are some things that are needed to be a great trader yourself. What most people do is they come on with us, they hook up the trader, the auto copier, it's called the Simplifier, which means you don't do anything yourself, and then they, on their time frame, they learn how to trade in addition to having their money traded in an account. So for example, I have two accounts, one that's live that's hooked up to this, and another one that's completely separate that I trade myself. And I haven't been able to beat these guys so far, and I'm fairly good. So I would rather not, I would rather ride my motorcycle and go fly fishing than I would sit around all night and learn how to trade if it's a winning proposition. You know, I'm sure a lot of you, like me, over the last many years have hooked up with companies that have a great, they talk a great game, but you lose your money at the end of the day. That's not going to work. That's not going to grow, and it's not going to duplicate. So that's what we're looking at here. What if it was 100% traded? My account in the first 6 days after I hooked it up made over 30%. Now that's not typical. That's not normal. You can't guarantee that, but that's actually what happened to my account. So I always put the disclosure down here because if this grows as big as it's starting to, we have to be careful what we say and what we put out there on the internet and what we, send to people and so forth, or we're going to have some compliance issues. Now, this company is very, very smart, and they've protected themselves, so those of us that are doing it right will always be able to have what they offer. So let's kind of whip through this. For those of you who really don't know what a trade copier is, it's really a thing where you just set it and forget it. Again, you open up an account of your own. It has nothing to do with wealth generators. You put money in it or make it a demo, and then you connect it through your wealth generator's back office to the Simplifier, and that's it. When the traders, what's going on is there are several traders that will be looking at trades, and once there's a percentage of them that agree on a trade, they'll send it to the copier, and it copies into all our accounts instantaneously. Now, there are more than 4, right? There are tens of thousands of people that this thing is hooked up to. So that's kind of how it works. You hook it up. When the master traders call a trade, it copies into your account. You can shut it off. You can change the trade. You can get out of the trade early. You can do another trade and make double what they're doing. But I would highly recommend that you don't do any of that. You just let them do their thing. If you want to trade, open up a separate account and do your thing with that. That's what I would recommend. You know, documentation beats conversation and hype. This is just when I started. This is about a week and a half ago. I haven't had time, frankly. I've been on, it's just nonstop explosion going on. People all over the country, all over the world, trying to join, private team calls, and it's exciting. I would love to do 5 webinars a week live, but the schedule is just not warranting that. So I record these and we put them up on YouTube. But this is just to give you an example. This was one day. Now, again, this is not a guarantee and so forth, right? I'm going to show you what happened today. But you can make some, you know, based on what they've done. Started with a $50,000 account, and right now it's up almost $19,000 in less than 3 weeks of being connected to the Simplifier, and I haven't touched anything myself. I haven't done anything myself. I haven't looked at any trades myself. I'm frankly too busy helping everybody else build their teams than to bother looking at the, I haven't even traded my personal account because I'm too busy right now. So today, for example, was pretty exciting. If you can see this, there was one trade for me that copied into my account. Now, I have the settings. Everybody, when you hook it up to the Simplifier, it'll ask you and have you take some little videos and some little tests so make sure you understand there's risk. And you get to set how much risk you want. So today, based on my settings, there was a little over $2,000 profit. And for the last few days, again, here's the disclosure, but over the last few days, here is the, you know, is what's been happening. Now I'm going to show you this too, if you can see this. Here are the trades recently, like in the last, let's see here. Anyway, you can see right here, it started with, if you can see down here, 50,000. The profits for this day was this much. It's at 60. It's so a little over 18,126 in profit. That I could actually take that out if I wanted to, and they would be trading 50,000, and the numbers would be based on the trades and the percentages that I have set based on that balance that it has grown to right there. Right? If I take that out, or if I took 10,000 out, for example, it would be trading on a balance of 58,000 and so forth. So you have full control over your account. And I found the bigger the account, the more trades that they send out you can get. Because sometimes if you have a very small account and you have the settings aggressive, there's not enough margin in your account. I'm not trying to get technical, but there's not enough margin in that particular account to get the trade that they sent you. So that's why some of you are missing some trades, because you have your settings too aggressive and or your account's too small. This was, again, you know, a week and a half ago. I'm going to update all this for the next webinar. The trade copier, which is called the Simplifier, used to look like this, right? And now it looks like this. Let me open this up now. I'm going to actually go live on this, this thing and show you. Hold on one second. Let's see here. Okay, so I've logged into my account. This is Simplifier, right? And when you go to your back office, I'll show you this real quick. get a little overview, then we're going to get into the compensation plan. But once you go to your office, you can actually do the drop down and click on Simplifier. Now I'm online, right? I have a dashboard. All the things about the Simplifier are right here. Before account, it shows the balance, shows the account number, shows I'm online with the Simplifier off. I could do whatever I want. The allocation, which makes no difference for you because everybody's different, but I do an account percent and I have it at 10%. So 10% of that 68,000 is being traded on every day call that I get in on. Now that's not something I'd recommend everybody. You need to get your own risk and you need to understand that that's super aggressive, but that's me. You can probably tell that by the motorcycle and all that, right? That's just how I roll. So that might not be, we'll see, time will tell. If you go to my trades, there was a trade open till a few minutes ago that closed, and it closed at 2,268 in profit. You can see here I made 3,600, lost 4,500, lost 784, made 677, made 1,400, made 20, and so forth. So every trade is documented. You can see what it did, right? You can go to all the different pages and look at all the, there's right here we have 6 pages of trades that I personally have copied because I'm in my trades, right there. Now the Simplifier had more trades because it was going before I connected to it. So you can see what they've done here. They've got all, all the different trades that they've called since they've been turned on. Here's a support ticket. A lot of people are not in this section. When they're trying to send a regular support ticket, it is faster if it's a Simplifier question to log in and do the support ticket from your Simplifier back office. So I want to show you that. Okay. So that's again what it used to look like. So let's kind of continue on and give you a little bit of the flavor of what Wealth Generators really is doing here. Now the owners of the company are very, very well seasoned and very, very, how do I say, they sold that the valuation there's 4 owners, they have a lot of money, but they really care about teaching people how to find money, which is right up my alley from my financial services career. I did investments, mutual fund, annuities, life insurance, and all that kind of stuff. And we used to teach people to save for the future, but most had no money or didn't have enough to make a difference to put enough away every month and be consistent. So we used to teach how to find money in your existing portfolio. This company does that. That's one of the things I loved about them. So we'll help them find money. We can put the money to work for them, and they'll always have money working for them if they do. The problem is most people don't have enough to have a substantial difference, and they're getting older. The founders, Ryan, unbelievably great guy. I have all of his numbers. I can call him. We've connected. Chad, Annette, and Mario are the actual owners of the company. You can check all them out. By the way, these are not something you'd be afraid to Google. Okay, they're stellar people. Everything behind them, every rock, every dark, nook and cranny is tremendous. So I hired a private detective and I checked out everybody. I had to do that this time because the last time I did this, it didn't work out. Okay, and I was just kind of was swayed a little bit, but I did this time, and they checked out A++. Speaking of A++, this company not only has live customer support Monday through Friday, 9 to 7 Eastern time, but they have a tremendous Better Business Bureau rating, A+. It's the highest rating you can get. So when all these things you start to look at, you go, real company. Now, are there losses here and there? Sure. If there didn't have losses, you better run because it's a scam. Trading has losses, okay? There's a lot of companies out there people have sent a lot of money to that are overseas. You wire your money to some company, they don't even have an address, they don't have a phone number, but people put tens of thousands of dollars in those rolling the dice. And of course, they make 100% plus per month. The problem is there are scams and you can't get any money out. So this one is real. So when you see a loss, don't panic, and because it's not a Ponzi scheme, And it's not one of those deals. This is real, folks. This is real money, making money every day in a real market, controlling it with your own account. It's a huge difference. So that's why it's a little bit difficult, and us that are leaders have to help people understand how this works. I said, look, if you expect to win this thing to win every day, you better just leave, because it's not going to. Now, there is a product that's the case. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So again, what the company does is they really have four really parts, you know, four segments. The one is to find money, to grow it, to enjoy it, and then to give back. Now, a lot of people would love to do these parts. In fact, they'd love to do 2, 3, and 4, but they don't have any. And I get it. I understand. I've been financial planning for 3 decades. And the problem is, most of you on the phone and on the call, most of you that are on the webinar, and the people that you know, you've had a lot of money at one time, you just don't have any now because you didn't do things right. Now, I say that in a friendly way to show you that we're going to help you this time. When you make a bunch, we're going to show you how to keep it, not getting back into a bad situation if you happen to be in it. There's so many great people in a bad situation that we really can help them with this, and that's something that I really enjoy doing. So these parts are going to happen, but it's not going to be overnight, but it's going to be real. That's what I think everybody likes. So finding money you don't know you had, I won't get into all this, but this is looking into their budget, looking at like higher deductibles, looking at their tax deductions if they work for a W-2. There are a lot of cool things we can do to find more money to put into your trading account. We also show them how to eliminate debt. There's a program we have called TaxBot. There's just so many great things about the company that most people don't even know, because they're just focused initially on getting this auto trader hooked up and making some money, and recruiting. A lot of people are really into that because people love the passive part of a deal. They go, I'm interested in doing it, but I don't want to recruit nobody. In fact, I belong to the NFL club. No friends left, right? I've led people to 4 different things, and now they won't even pick up the phone when I call. I understand where you're at. So with this, if you make money, it's pretty easy to attract other people because you just show them what you're doing. And you could even be bad and build a big team with this as this continues and grows. So that's the good news about it. So we have a lot of, you know, different parts. We have, of course, trading, where we teach you in those rooms, like I told you about the PIP rooms, and so forth. So the traders that are in this thing have a lot of experience trading Forex. I got to talk to 2 of them, but they're stellar people. They're very disciplined. I've met all kinds of Forex traders. Some people are like vampires. They never come out at night. You know, some hype up how great they are, and then your account blows up because they don't put a stop loss. I've been there, folks. I've seen it all. This company is really stellar. They care. They know exactly what they're doing, and everybody needs to ride the course. And you'll see that. So the Forex alerts, also when you're connected properly, and if you have the right package, you'll get alerts that'll let you trade what they call in your own account if you want to. I'm getting these alerts now on trades they're doing in the Simplifier, which is kind of exciting. So if you want to learn how to trade, and we have that. If you don't want to do that, we have that. Completely passive, hook it up. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to recruit anybody. I don't want to learn trading. I don't want to stay up at night. I don't want to know what a Fibonacci is. I don't want to know anything. I just want to make money. Okay, we have that. And that's the initial attraction for most people. So again, the Wealth Generator Simplifier hands-free program where the trading is done for you. You don't need to miss any more trades. You might be doing something and they send you the trade signal, right? Remember we talked about that here? But you're in the movies and you can't get to a computer and place a trade. You don't have to worry about that. It's all done for you. You set up your own account, you control your money, you choose your position size, you turn on the Simplifier or turn it off, get started with as little as $200. The broker is called fxsimplifier.com if you live in the United States, and it works with the, the very popular MT4 platform. So there's a lot of other parts that Wealth Generators has. Strategies, weekly options, they have equity trades and signals. They have a lot of financial kind of cool stuff. But again, most people initially are just interested in the set it and forget it, and we understand that. Now I'm going to talk about now these are company slides, folks, with all the disclaimers. So I can't tell you that this thing got 100% a year if it didn't do it. So they would get shut down from compliance if somebody saw this slide and they checked it out and it wasn't documented. So they're way past all that. So when I tell you what you're looking at here, it's real, okay? And that, I had a guy the other day, I showed him this slide. He goes, well, that's not that, you know, there's Forex alerts with the what they've been doing. I'm with a company that pays 100% a month. And I go, really? What's the name? He said, there's something, you know, option somebody, right? And I said, oh, how many withdrawals have you got out of there to pay bills? And he goes, well, they're rearranging things, and in 8 months we're going to be able to get money out. I couldn't even believe what I was hearing. I said, you don't sound stupid. My goodness, how much did you put in that? Well, I put $5,000 in it. I said, really? And then I put another $5,000 in it. I said, you have to be kidding. What's the address to the company? And they go, well, we never really knew where the company was. And you sent $10,000 to them. Yeah. What's their phone number? Well, you can't reach them except on Skype, and then only sometimes. I mean, I couldn't even believe what I was hearing, because we've all been there. So what I'm trying to tell you is these returns are real. Now compare those to a mutual fund, a bank, a money market account, and so forth, and you got some excitement. And how many people with that slide could you get to come in and hook up a place with some money for them? And if you recruit 3 people or introduce 3 people as customers, your monthly subscription is free. With those kind of results. Now let's talk about the trading history. This is the president of the company that sent me this on Skype the other day. He goes, remember, Gary, the algorithm and the simplifier are 2 different things, because I sent him, you know, somebody that had was having some issues, and so I just sent him a copy of their Skype. And he goes, for the month of June, this was about a week ago, for the month of June we're up over 350 pips with the 2 losing days they just had. So if you look at it just weekly, then you won't be happy some weeks. So I try to tell people, I say, I know it's exciting because I jump in there myself when it's way up in the mornings, and I tell people when it's lost, when it's loose too, but it's just hard not to be excited, and then when it doesn't win one day, it's hard to not be excited. I get it. But you need to look at it over a month. Our track record over the last 7 months is averaging 271 pips per month. Over the last 3 months, it's averaged 414 pips per week. We will have bad weeks. That's part of trading. That's because it's real, folks. Real money, you can spend at the grocery store. Real money. Leaders need to lead and teach longevity and look month to month. I couldn't agree with him more. So there are 3 reasons why people don't trade for themselves. 1, lack of time, lack of knowledge, and lack of money. We can help with all 3. Well, we can't really help with this one. You have to find the time. So I just want to make sure everybody knows we have that aspect where you can teach you to be an expert trader. And it's the best training. I've been through 15 courses in 10 years, and it's the best I've ever seen. So it's pretty exciting if you do want to do that yourself, or maybe down the road. So we have fun with this team. We have a sense of humor. We try to make people, you know, have a sense of community with our team. You'll see that as you grow with us. But the company has a lot of really great things going on. And we have some stuff that's planned that we're going to announce for our team at the convention, plus the company's got some blow your socks off announcements that, okay, I'm going to be real careful not to say anything. Wealth generators, the fastest way to financial freedom is to help others discover theirs. So we're going to talk about the comp plan real quick. I'm not going to get into great depth because we can send it to you and you can read it. It's a 1-page written comp plan, right? And it's very exciting. It's the best I've ever seen, and it's fair. And the first idea when you get in, the plan of paying you is very, very simple. There's I almost slipped there. There's a big announcement in Las Vegas about getting paid faster. Let me just say that to you, okay? But basically, you share it with people. You get involved. Now, this is if you want to. Maybe you don't want to till later. Say, Gary, I'm going to recruit a bunch of people if I can just show them I'm making money. I get it. So we're with you. Okay, so and then you can teach others and you can lead if you want to do that. So it really, really starts with the basics of you making some money, and we get it. So it's a very simple system that helps you succeed. You can become an information tour guide and just kind of steer people to the, you know, I get a kick out of it. I keep track of how many times either on a text or a Skype or a Facebook page I tell people that post an issue, I said call support. Folks, this company has an 800 number with 16 live people, and they hired 3 more yesterday. So the company's caught up. The reason that a lot of times they're not answering the phone is that, frankly, we're all on the same team here, right? They're talking to some dodo bird that calls them and wears them out for 3 hours about their Aunt Mary or Uncle Frank that doesn't have much money in a mutual fund, and they were going to go to a CD at the bank. I mean, they just wear these people out, and they're trying not to be rude and hang up on them. But that's the reason that people are getting the busy signal sometimes, or it's kicking you off when you call. And they got some pretty unique things they're doing to fix that. But every time I call, I think there's one time I had to. I got a recording, but if you call, they're open 9 to 7 Eastern time. I found I was called between 9 and 9:30 Pacific time in the morning. I mean 9 o'clock when they open. Well, they open at actually 6 a.m. Pacific. So I call between 6 and 6:30, and I've never got anything but a live person. And I was on the phone the other day with James, and something was going on with his phone, but I got right through. I hit number 1, and he goes, and they came on. He goes, I can't believe it. I got somebody. I go, James, I'm trying to tell you, buddy. These guys, and they go out of their way to be nice and to help you. So it's fantastic to have that. So if you're a builder, imagine how much heat that takes off you. You're not trying to be rude to people, but there are systems in place for you to be able to. I can't answer every question myself because I can't duplicate that. I can't teach Barry to answer everybody's question. He'll never have time to recruit anybody else. So one of the great things about the company that I liked is they have systems in place to handle all that kind of stuff. I tell people, call me for recruiting, and they will, if you have a real problem with support for some reason, and every time I've ran it down, it wasn't the company's fault, but maybe we'll have that. But every single time that you need help, there's somebody in the support at the company. If it's after hours, we have a Skype room. So we overdo it with support. And I think that's so important to remember that every little person matters and it counts, and you can't just forget about them. So that's kind of what we're really big on. So let's talk about how to get involved and how to, how to get started. The way that we try to recommend you do it is that you become a qualified generator. That way you have access to the PIP rooms if you want to learn, or if you don't, it's always there. It's a one-time charge. It's best-in-class live expert training, and I can promise you I've been in enough of them to tell you this is A++ number 1. That means you qualify also. If you come in as a qualified generator, when you bring others in, you're going to get a $35 fast start on people that you share this with that purchase the qualified generator pack. And you qualify for $5 on all people in the first 2 to 5 levels of people that shared this with you. So there's a lot of money if you want to build, but you got to make sure you're a qualified generator, either by doing the volume or coming in and just purchase this one time. The next are the packs. Okay, the all-in pack is what we're trying to tell everybody, because the MLA product, this is going to be included for that. I'm going to explain that in a second. But you basically get everything if you do the all-in pack. There's just way more. You get all the stuff this has, you get all the stuff this has. And remember, if you come in at the all-in pack and you recruit 3 people and they only buy this pack, your $199 is still paid for. If you come in at $129 and you refer 3 that have $199, your $129 is waived. Now when I say waived, let me make sure you understand, you still have to pay it. They still have to hit your credit card for whatever one you're on, but they pay you back the same amount in the commission. So it's a wash. If they just waived it, it'd be a nightmare, technical nightmare. So why, if you're going to recruit, you got to do this one, because they're going to waive it anyway. Make sense? Okay. So this is something that I couldn't even believe when I read, but I had to ask a couple times. But this company has a guarantee that you won't lose any money. Okay, say that again, Gary. If you purchase one of the subscriptions, which we just went over, for 6 months, and you lose money overall for that period, we will reimburse you 3 times what it costs you to do that. Say that again. Say you came in at the Algo Pack, which is $149 times 6 months times triple guarantee is this much reimbursement. Now let me kind of break it down. Let's do the math using Wealth Generator 4X. So the worst case scenario, if your profit, if everything else goes wrong is $509, and you can look at these slides anytime. Here, in this case, this is on a demo and this is real account. Even on a demo account, okay, where you don't risk your live money, they're going to reimburse you if they don't perform. Where are you going to find a company, folks, that has anything to do with trading that's going to make sure you don't lose any money? In fact, if everything goes wrong, you make money. I couldn't believe it when I saw this. So those of you that are builders or that might want to be down the road, pay close attention to this. That's unbelievable, right? And these guys are real. They're A+ with the Better Business Bureau. They got money. They're not going to not pay this. So I can't see any reason people won't come in and do this. So again, this is the pack you want, because they're going to pay you back if you lose anyway, right? And they've never had to reimburse anybody, by the way, right? So that's pretty good. So it's really hard to start something new. You know, I, like you, I get hit with, you know, maybe 30 deals a week, and I try not to be rude. And a lot of people send me stuff to say, would you tell me if this is a Ponzi scheme or not? Or would you tell me if this is not going to make it? And I can pretty much tell, because of my experience in the industry. It's kind of like baseball analogy. And the baseball analogy that I use is, if you're a professional baseball player and you're getting that batter's box, after a few months, a few years, a few seasons, you can pretty much tell that ball that's coming at you, if it's a slider, if it's outside, if it's a curveball, whatever, right? You can see the pitches coming at you. Well, if you've been around as long as me in this industry, I can see the pitches coming at me too, literally the pitches. But folks, let me implore you that if you've been beat up and knocked out of the batter's box and got hit with the ball a few times, it doesn't make any difference. You're never going to even hit a single if you don't get back in the batter's box. Make sense? So, and this company guarantees you won't lose any money, even on your subscription. So I would say, don't give up. Don't, you know, I'm going to take my ball and go home, and I'm going to get a real job like my wife tells me to do, right? I know, I've heard it all, folks. Okay, just try to trust me for a little bit as we grow together here. This is a real company. They're very professional. They got a lot of money behind them. They're going to do everything they say, and we just have to understand that there might be some losing days. It might be there might be some tactical issues, but it's real, and they will fix it. I guarantee you that. So it's pretty exciting to be involved, you know, with a company that'll do that. Now, let's talk about communications and support. We do have a lot. We have this is an older slide. We have a lot of people in here now, but we can add you to the Skype room if you're part of the team. And even if you want to come in as a guest, you haven't joined yet, you're welcome. Okay, we have a guest feature. And then we have a Facebook page as well, and a lot of exciting stuff happening on those all the time. They have an unbelievable mobile app for your phone. I run my entire business from my phone. I don't even have to get on the computer. Everything is both Apple and Android both. So just go into Wealth Generators, right? And it's free. And put it on your phone and watch what happens. It's very exciting, very high tech. These guys are way ahead on the technology curve, and it's pretty exciting to have that. They have live customer service. Here's the number. Okay, they're open from 9 to 7 Pacific. I'm sorry, Eastern, 9 to 7 Eastern every day, Monday through Friday, and they're stellar. They're unbelievable. They actually care. Okay, I've had people call me the first 2 weeks. They go, Gary, this customer service is better than any company I've ever seen, even if it's not in our business, like a regular company. I go, I know. They are big on the support part of the company. Here's something that for those of you that want to build, and I'm telling you right now, this compensation plan, if you can attract people to you, you're going to make a lot of money. You probably will make more than you do in the trading because the compensation's that good. But we have a special program for those of you that, and I check code numbers to make sure you're in on our team, right? We have a quality, top-notch, low-price solution for your marketing needs. I will soon be ordering traffic from a thing called Google retargeting. I won't get into all that, but I've got a lot of traffic coming, and this is available for everybody on the team at a big discount. We sold the first few at $300, and now we've got it down to $99. Okay, it's a one-time $99 fee. It's free upgrades. This is for recruiting. It's a landing page and all that stuff for driving traffic to, or if you say somebody, you need to learn all about wealth generators, go to my go to my site, which is this one here. So I'm going to open it up and show you in a second here. But it includes free upgrades and no monthly fee. So it's quite the, I've had 7 people, I've recruited 7 directs from this page, and I don't even know who they are. They found it on YouTube, they found me from the other company or whatever, but I promise you this is a really great one. On the program, on the landing page, it's got a killer video, right? It's got things about the owners, it's got the guarantee, it's got the Better Business Bureau rating. So I'm just going to pull this up here and kind of show you because it's important to understand that. So when I'm busy, and like all of us are, I send people to this. It's got a fantastic, really fantastic video. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend that you check it out. It talks about what they do with the company. It's like an overview. It talks about the owners. It talks about look at this, A+ with a Better Business Bureau. And you can click on this. You can actually go and call the Better Business or look at them online. It's a real rating, right? It talks about the Simplifier, hook it up, it talks about past results of what's happened. It's got the real numbers here, pretty exciting stuff, right? Got the disclaimer, based on the past 4 weeks at this time, blah, blah. It's got some really cool videos from people in the company. It's got the stuff about the packs. It's got a live recording here that you can send this to anybody, and it's killer. Say some people like to listen to calls because they're driving or whatever, so it's got that right here. It talks about 3 and yours is free. It talks about the free and reimbursement. I mean, it's pretty much like, and it takes you to your page. When you click it, it takes you to your sign-up page for Wealth Generator. So for 99 bucks, one-time free upgrades, and the traffic that I've come in, I'm going to throw a bunch of traffic at everybody that's got a page in about it'll be Monday, and then people can buy traffic if they want to at a low cost after that, but you have to have the site obviously to do it. So let's go over and talk a little bit more about this and kind of finish up. So that's about the to help you if you want to recruit. Again, optional, completely optional. I talked to well, all the owners, but I talked to Ryan in particular, Ryan Smith, the CEO, and he showed some stuff that they have plans for the future, including Las Vegas, and this is a really big deal, folks. The people that get involved now and understand that as we get started, they have to, because they're coming off the Ponzi scheme, I got to make money every day or I'm not happy concept. You got to look at this, I want to take a withdrawal every month. So I frankly don't care what it does every day or every week. I just want to make sure if I make a lot of money every month, I'm happy. So people you're tired of all that, do all that too if you want, but you continue to be disappointed, but do something at least that's solid and real so you can build something for sure and have some darn money to retire with, right? It's important. So I really think that the leaders that we get today, we've got some tremendous people that have came in and are coming in, but this is a really big deal, and they're scaled for volume. They can handle it. I really love this saying, it's a lack of faith that makes people afraid of meeting challenges. And I believed in myself. So one of my heroes, Muhammad Ali. So the Simplifier and the MLA, which I'm going to talk about now, Pack, is a category creator. There are other companies that have trade copiers. The problem is they're either they don't work, they don't have customer service, they run their business out of an apartment, whatever the case may be, they're unrealistic, and they're basically putting returns up there that cannot be documented. I'll just leave it at that. But this is all real. So the Simplifier, now let's talk about the MLA. Everybody needs to write this one down. Write down MLA. It's Market Liquidation Algorithm. That's a product that has never lost one day in over 2 years. What? So it has losing trades, but because it has 200 to 300 trades a day, over a period of a day, it's never lost. You either have a little bit of profit or a lot of profit. Now that is a product that they're still testing. It's different than the Simplifier. The algorithm that I just mentioned, the MLA, is something you're going to be able to get if you're with wealth generators. So personally, it's going to take a larger account because frankly, a $500 account won't handle 200 or 300 trades a day. You with me? There's just not enough margin in the account. So it'll probably be around the 2,500. They really don't know. They're constantly testing this, and they understand how important it is and how exciting it is, but they want to make sure the Simplifier, the Simplifier is rolled out first and functioning properly and everybody's doing it. Then, if you have the all-in pack, you're going to be able to get the MLA and open up a separate account and connect that baby. Now let's talk about that. Who knows what it'll do in the future, but for over and I've talked to 13 people who have an account live with this thing. I've seen the accounts. They've not had one losing day. I know a guy that put in $700,000. In fact, I have a webinar on YouTube about it. We actually show the deal, show the back office in his live account. Now, what if you had a product? Now, I really think the Simplifier, although it might lose here or there, might lose over a day or even a week, but it will probably outperform the MLA, but it will never have a loss. So what if you could talk to somebody about getting in the Forex market and be with a product that hasn't had a losing day in 2 years? It might only get, what, 5-6% a month, but that's 60 or 70% a year with no losses. Can you imagine the number of people you could attract to that and then possibly shift them over to a secondary account that has the ups and downs in the Simplifier? I hope you heard what I just said. That thing is coming really fast. And all I can tell you is you need to be in Vegas. Now, I know a lot of you can't make it to Vegas, but there's going to be live streaming video and we got a bunch of people going. So if there's any way on earth, and it's not about, oh, I got to go get excited and they're going to hype. No, this is real stuff, folks, that they're going to actually show you live at the event. So enough said on that, but that's the MLA, Market Liquidation Algorithm product. It's a robot trader. The Simplifier is a group of a bunch of traders that feed the thing trades. So let's answer any questions if you have them. I'm obviously pretty excited. I've done 16 calls or screen shares today, and I've still got 2 more after this, so I'm pumped up. So let's see if we can answer some questions. If there are any, and if that, with that, we'll have a good night after that. So let me open up the questions, see if we have, I know we've got a few. There we go. Obviously, James is all pumped up. Barry's pumped up. Okay, a lot of people are, okay, when is this for? I think what they're asking, they're so excited they can't even type right. When will this be available to review this recorded webinar? In about 30 minutes. I'll send it out on our newsletter. I'll put it in the YouTube. I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll put it in the Skype room, and I'll put it on Facebook. And we'll send it to everybody that was registered for it as well. Let's see here. Good question is, do you need to have an MT4 account for the Simplifier? Mitch is asking, yes. Or could you just open an account with Forex.com and link it to the Simplifier? Yes. The answer is yes to both, but it does run on an MT4 platform. If you go to your iPhone or your Android, if you're not high-tech enough to have an iPhone, just kidding, you just go to the App Store and you download MT4, MetaTrader 4, and then you just go in there on your phone and can put on your username and password for your brokerage account, and it's live on your phone. Now be careful, because you'll run off the road trying to look at that when there's a lot of blue showing on the trades when you're winning money. Just kidding. But be careful. So yes, it does run on the MT4 platform, Mitch. Another question is, can you close the trades manually without interrupting the auto trader? Good question, Paul in Florida. Yes, you can. You can close the trades anytime you want. I have copied their trades in a separate brokerage account, but I've never messed with them. Today, I'll just give an example. I have a pretty big account, and I had a $4,500 red number on my iPhone. I was down $4,500. But I really didn't care because I trust the guys and I know it's still open. It doesn't matter if it's blue or red. All it matters is when it's closed. So believe it or not, it went from 4,400 negative to plus 2,300 when it was closed. So that's quite a swing, right? Now you can let that drive you crazy, or you can just say, I'm just going to recruit somebody else. So it's totally up to you and whatever in between. So it just the way it is. So that's a great question, Paul. Let's see here. Let's see, Barry's excited. Let's see, I got set up last night and I'm confused what to do next. Nicole, here's my answer. Your sponsor might be able to help you, depends on your sponsor, but if not, call support with your question. Once you get set up properly, it takes about 24 hours to turn it on, so be patient, but call support and check. They're fantastic people. James is saying this is awesome. Yes, it is, buddy. Tim is asking, can you do a training if needed on getting started, opening Forex account, funding your account? Absolutely, Tim. If you remind me on Skype, everybody, my Skype name is Ryden Gary, R-I-D-I-N-G-A-R-Y, Ryden Gary. I do everything on Skype. It's even on my phone. And I'd be happy to do a training on anything you guys need with anything. This is what I'm doing. So let's see here. If you're in Canada, can you still use Forex.com? Good question, Harold. Yes, Forex.com works for US and Canada. Everything else uses Reef. Let's see here. Okay, a lot of thank yous and accolades. So I think we got all the questions. So I hope this helped. I hope to give you a 30,000-foot perspective. I didn't want to get too technical and too much. I threw a little bit of individual wisdom and thoughts in there personally, but we run the team like a team. Everybody matters. You all count. And unless every single one of you are making money, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter what I make. I mean, it matters, but that's not what it's all about. Building a big team is cohesiveness and having everybody make money. That's what's important. So, okay, Tim, just get a hold of me separately and I'll help you with that. You mentioned something about guest registration. What was that? Paul's asking. Paul, we have a Skype room. Okay, let me just, it's not turned on right now, but let me show you the slide. We have a Skype room. Those of you that aren't on Skype, you need to be, because it's an unbelievable free tool that we do most of our communications on Skype. We throw a lot on Facebook as well, but if you go to skype.com, Paul, and connect with me, I'll add you to the room and you can come in. Even if you're not registered with Wealth Generators and you haven't paid yet to join, we'll let you come in the room and snoop around and hang out for a while. That's what I meant by that. Okay, any other questions? You betcha. Let's see here. Can you hurry up and get the thing? Can you hurry up and get this recording done? Yes, I will. So thanks, everybody. I hope this gave you a little flavor of why we're so excited and what's happening. And it's just tremendously exciting to be real, finally, right? And I just tell everybody, be patient. We're here. We're going to help you. And you're in for a great ride with us. And I hope that you are as excited as I am. So let's see here. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Have a super evening. I got two more calls. So we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks again for jumping on the webinar. Bye-bye.